Pariahs in paradise. Paranoid Harry and Meghan swallowed bitterly after being labeled gruesome twosome. It looks like paranoid Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are losing celebrity friends faster than they're losing the millions they are wasting to pay for their overly luxurious Hollywood lifestyle. The royal renegades, who counted some of Hollywood's top names as close friends after quitting palace duties back in 2020, are now on the outs with a who's who of high-level friends. Harry and Meghan are going through friends like crazy, according to a high-level palace courtier who spoke with National Enquirer magazine. Their rocky road to celebrity stardom is littered with broken friendships, broken hearts, and bitter feelings. And they seem absolutely convinced that their waning popularity, their destroyed image, and their cut business deals are all part of this orchestrated smear campaign, and they're blaming the people close to them while also refusing to take responsibility. And the result is old friends are being banished and Hollywood celebs are running for the hills. The latest couple to be finished with Meghan and Harry are the soccer star David Beckham and his wife, former Spice Girl Victoria. The courtier says the Beckhams have been markled. They were guests at Harry and Meghan's 2018 wedding, but the relationship exploded after they accused the Beckhams of leaking stories about them. David was apparently bloody furious. Any reconciliation is unlikely. And sources say this is pretty typical of Meghan, who has a long history of throwing away anybody who can no longer help her achieve her social and career ambitions. Loyalty isn't a word in her vocabulary, at least not long term, according to the courtier. In 2013, as her acting career was really doing pretty well with the series Suits, Meghan dumped her first husband, producer Trevor Engelson, by mail. And she also decided to break up with her live-in lover Corey Vitello, a 44-year-old celebrity chef, the moment that she met Harry back in 2016. George and Amal Clooney were guests at Meghan and Harry's wedding, but they have been carefully distancing themselves from the couple, and now they're a lot closer to Harry's estranged father, King Charles. When asked how he knew Meghan Markle, George's reply was, "I don't." Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are also neighbors of Meghan and Harry in Montecito, where they're supposedly raising Archie and Lilibet in that $14 million Olive Garden-looking McMansion. And it seems like they've also joined Team Charles, with Katy performing at the new King's coronation in May. The courtier also reports that Meghan's supposedly close friendship with former First Lady Michelle Obama has soured rapidly. We're hearing Michelle felt like Meghan couldn't be trusted, using their friendship to boost her own standing in Hollywood. Others on the scrap heap include her former BFF Jessica Mulroney, members of Meghan's own family, and also the singer Mariah Carey, who called Meghan Markle a diva. The hypocritical Duchess dumped her father Thomas Markle after he experienced a heart attack and wasn't able to attend her wedding, and she found out that he was selling some stories about her. She has not seen her half-sister Samantha in a couple of decades. Meghan's going to let people into her life for a little while, and then she'll turn around and accuse them of being fake and claim they're just using her, according to another source. She is also known for ghosting old friends. And sources say Harry's not much better, so he's paranoid that people are spying on him and selling stories about him to the media, according to the Palace Insider. He has cold-shouldered many in his longtime inner circle. He even skipped the recent wedding of his former best friend Jack Mann. Harry admits that he has lost many old friends after accusing the royal family of being racist and revealing family secrets. And according to sources, Meghan's longtime friend Serena Williams may also be a casualty. Meghan was nowhere to be seen at the tennis legend's shower for baby number 2, according to a source, even though Serena was the one who organized that shower for Archofficial back in 2019. But reportedly, Meghan is trying to hold on tight to stars like CBS anchor Gayle King, comedian Ellen DeGeneres, and superstar agent Ari Emanuel. And the courtier notes, but for how long? Her mantra seems to be, "What can you do for me?" or "Get lost." Realistically speaking, though, what exactly are Meghan's alternatives? She's at least 46 years old, she supposedly has 2 kids, and she has at least a couple of marriages under her belt, too. She used to be a Z-list actress. She was approaching the end of her shelf life before she married that dimwit Harry. She has a weird, fake-looking smile, and her body is just bizarre. She's too big in the areas that should be smaller, and she's way too small in the areas that typically are preferred to be a little bit bigger. She's offended and or alienated her whole family, Harry's whole family, and all the celebrity sorts she tried to ingratiate herself with. She is also fixated on race, intersectional politics, and social climbing, and she seems to lack any level of compassion with anybody of modest social standing. Meghan Markle has never ever been a race activist anyway. There is no history of her even identifying as a woman of color until after she became a part of the royal family, and only after the BLM movement. And I, for one, find that offensive. I got a good look at that movement up close and personal by having some young people in my own family participate in the protests in the US. They were bravely going to the streets for days during the pandemic, risking their lives in more than one way, seeing places close by burn down and seeing the suffering of black mothers who had lost their children. Meghan Markle, where were you then? I resent so much that Meghan is pulling that black card at her convenience, and she only does it for publicity. But anyway, back to the main issue. Who exactly is Meghan going to go after next? So, men who are comfortable in life or of modest means know that Meghan has habits that are way too over the top for them. Wealthy men or men with good reputations know that she would probably have a very bad effect on both. Older sugar daddies who are looking for bimbos can now find much younger women, much sexier. Meghan just has too much baggage for a man like that to be interested in her. So it looks like she's probably going to stay with Harry in an increasingly loveless arrangement for as long as she possibly can. She's just hoping that one of the many self-reinventions is going to eventually rekindle some kind of popularity and that people will finally accept her. But now, of course, it seems impossible. Everybody has already seen her for what she is. She's a nasty snake. There is no way for her to rebuild her reputation at this point. In many ways, Harry and Meghan really do deserve each other. Each one can just encourage the resentment of the other. They are both so obsessed with this idea that fate, cruel fate, has cheated them of their rightful place at the pinnacle of all worldwide social and wealth hierarchies. And now it seems like Harry is realizing that he's not very happy in Hollywood. Well, Meghan's schemes didn't pan out, and Harry doesn't like being in the spotlight. That was one of the things that he hated most about being high up in the royal family. But Meghan, on the other hand, is addicted to the spotlight. Apparently, Harry really did have plans to head to Africa and have Netflix make some documentary about him helping to build homes and wells for people who live there. And this is a project I really believe he would enjoy. But with the strike happening right now, apparently his project is on hold, and it may end up getting canceled by Netflix. Meghan has signed with an agent so that she can try to start making all those A-list movies and make a lot of money as an A-list actress. Well, that's never going to happen, even after the strike is over. Meghan's going to be offered a few bit parts. I mean, her best hope would be getting a slot on The View, but I'm sure she'd get fired in about 3 months thanks to ratings tanking, and also the other women aren't going to like her. Harry at one point did have millions of dollars, and Meghan had a few million too, but it looks like they really are running out of money. Apparently, Harry's trying to talk with his father about returning home, but I'm guessing there is a no Meghan clause in that negotiation. You know, come to think of it, isn't Bill Gates single now? Maybe Meghan could go after him. Oh, you know I'm kidding. He does have the money that she's so desperate for, but I think she's past her expiration date at this point. Would it be a good match? Probably not. He has enough money, but I don't think he has the patience to put up with her. The only benefit that Gates could have from being with Meghan Markle would be using her as a trophy wife, but she's not a very impressive trophy, is she? I'm sure he could do better. I wonder if there are any really old people available for Meghan. People with one foot in the grave already, apart from Gordon Getty. She already tried that and failed. And you, what do you think about Meghan? Let us know below in the comment section. And if you see my video as useful, don't be afraid to like and share with your friends and relatives who need it anytime you want. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.